Eureka Springs, Arkansas is the kind of place where you never quite know what you'll find around the next corner. We've discovered some incredible places here over the years, but on one of our trips, we stumbled upon a little shop called Oracle and Sage. There was something about it that immediately caught our attention. And once we stepped inside and met Lisa, we realized there was a story here we wanted to tell. So we asked her to take us inside Oracle and Sage and tell us how it all began.
So I'm Lisa with Oracle and Sage, and I'm going to take you on just a quick tour of Oracle and Sage and tell you kind of how we came to be. So the first spot that I like to stop by is this little room right here, because during COVID, I was living in Kansas City, had a vacation home here, would come back and forth, and finally I said, you know what, instead of going out to do all of my readings and such, how about I just rent this room? So this was the entire store for Oracle and Sage. And it currently is and sorry, this isn't down. This is currently our energy room. So we do energetic work, and I know you guys are paranormal investigators, and I should tell you that one time I was taking photos. I had them on my tripod set up and caught this face in one of the photos. So that was kind of fun. But we do feel a lot of energy in this room, because this building used to be Dr. Floyd's office, and he was a prominent physician here, and this was his offices. And we feel that there's been times I've had people in this chair. It's a vibroacoustic chair, so it uses high frequency, or it uses energy and vibration for healing. And people have said, who was in the room with me? And we believe that's Dr. Floyd, because he still likes to do his healing. So it's always a good positive energy. So come this way. And so that was the entire store. And you're not going to believe, after we do this tour, like everything and how it's grown. So we moved into this room next. So we had two rooms, right? And this was the whole store. And I did readings in here. This is now our rocks, etc., energy healing type things. So we're a little different than most metaphysical stores, because I was prompted to do it because my daughter and I would go into these stores and come out smelling like dragon's blood, which is not one of my favorite scents. And I go, why does everything always smell like incense, right? Like, no, you gotta elevate so people take us more serious too, because I take it very serious with our readings and what we're, tasked with, right? Mm-hmm. It's a very vulnerable spot when people come to us, so we like to respect that. So this was born from that also, and so we like to say we're white light and selenite, and so we're just a little different. We like positive, motivational things to help you improve, whether they be metaphysical in nature or just even like if Oprah had a store, maybe,
That's great.
So come this way. So then we expanded from these two rooms into this one. And this is now our boutique, and it's in a state of fluctuation. We're remodeling a little bit of it because we're opening yet another store. So we believe that empowerment starts with you, and sometimes people feel a little more empowered when they can just let whoever they are shine, right? Well, so we have some funky clothes that you might not find everywhere else. So we have like pinup styles. We have our steampunk, etc. So we like goth stuff, just who are you? I'm kind of a little bit of, you can't tell it today, but I like to think of myself kind of like Elvis meets Cher, rock and roll kind of girl. So come on back. So now the next room was this one, and this was Dr. Floyd's actual office. So let's talk paranormal for a second. Dr. Floyd has been known to be in this room, and before I was here, the stories were told where people would go running out of the building because, who was that man, right? And we believe that Dr. Floyd kind of shows himself when he does naughty things, when he just doesn't like somebody. He was a lot like me. He was a gatekeeper for the medical community back in the day. I feel like I'm kind of a gatekeeper for the metaphysical and keeping it high integrity. So I think that's why we've been able to progress and move through the building. And the landlord has told me, Lisa, nobody's ever been able to do that here. So I'm like, yes. So Dr. Floyd's office was here. a little ditty. When they were remodeling, the maintenance man would come in about 7 in the morning, and he was at the front of the building unlocking the door. He'd come in, flip the lights on. He would see a Victorian couple coming from across the hall walking into this office. Pretty cool. And I have my theories about what was going on, and we'll share that later. Okay. But in any case, he's been known to be in here. One time we had some kind of unsavory people in, and you could hear his door slamming back and forth, back and forth. And he's been known to lock a few people in the bathroom too. It's really
It's
fun.
fantastic.
So the whole so this is my boyfriend. Yeah, I love him. So I also do the Elvis Festival here in town, and I had all this left from the festival, and I go, you know what? Let's just put it in Oracle and Sage, because I believe, and I think one of the reasons I love Elvis so much is I think he's such a spiritual person, and so it just kind of fits, right? And music, what doesn't fit? Music. And so down here, this is kind of our, remember what I started with, this is the you're gonna smell like dragon blood area. Okay. And so then the opportunity came up where we were able to then secure the other side of the store. So we have 8 rooms on this floor, and then we'll go upstairs here in just a minute. So through this hallway is our scents and our books, etc. And then in here is just kind of our lounge. So, and I will tell you, because you're again, this area right outside this door, we feel is one of the most active areas in the space because, well, first of all, I'm older and I don't mind it, but I've had my butt grabbed in the hallway by something or someone, as has my sister, and we've seen things in here and you feel the energy, or you'll get big hits, you know, when you have your equipment and things. We believe it was like an orderly that used to work in this space. He's grouchy, whatever. So this is just kind of our little lounge. You can sit and wait on your services or just hang out with us. And our biggest thing that we do is this way. We are really kind of experts now in aura photography, and we used to, a lot of people do aura photography in the system that we got. They'll have you, like, they try to have you sell it like one little piece of the report. Well, I don't like to do that. Remember integrity? I'm like, nah, it's not just about making money. We treat people good. So we give you the entire, every one of the reports. It's 15 pages. And not only, so most places I think they just read over the basics of it and then here's your little thing. We have about a 10-minute time that we do a reading over it for you. So it's a lot of fun and super popular service in the store. This is our other fun thing, smell your zodiac sign, right? It was based off of scientific evidence. She did this whole study, and afterwards she found 80% of the time, people not knowing what they were smelling would pick their scent or their partner's. So sometime you have to try it. And then come this way. Yeah. So right up here, I'm huge in tarot. That's how we started in Oracle, and been doing it for, my son is 36, so 37 years. And so we like to educate. That was my first goal, was also to educate people and do it in a safe manner, so in a way that they can trust the information they're getting. So this is that section where we still do that. And then the name Oracle and Sage. I'm the Oracle. And then we started with Sage when I was doing fairs and things like that. I would have Sage there, and I would have a few Oracle cards. Come on. So, this is Dr. Floyd. Oh, and Zoltar's saying, I am Zoltar. He wants attention too. So if you come in, people would go, I want to get my fortune told. And I'm like, yeah, cool, save your money. Let's let Zoltar do that. We're not fortune tellers. We're basically like weather forecasters. We forecast what's coming up for you or certain situations in your life. We give you more information. But Zoltar does actual fortune telling, and it's a lot of fun. And on your birthday, you get a free, or a wedding, anniversary, something like that, free reading from him.
Nice.
Yeah. So now we're going to go upstairs. Don't get my buttons.
I'll do the stairs.
So then it became available for me to expand upstairs. So yay me. So we have an Airbnb over here. This is our area of the building. We send all the unsavory little things that sneak into the building, apparently. All of us have felt it. I've had other mediums come in. I'm also a medium. So yes, I talk to dead people. And we feel like there's something that's kind of hidden up in here. And so we will feel things. When people have lived in the apartment, they've smelled cigarette smoke at night, different things. And then this was our spa, but now we use it for our readings. Excuse my messes, we're in a transition phase. I just stole some curtains out of here. So we do all of our readings here, very active. So this used to be Oddfellows. This was their meeting room for the Oddfellows way back in the day. And so if you come this way, you'll be able to tell. If you look up in here, that was their stage. And you can see the outline. And so that was a stage setting. And so they'd have their meetings. And I don't know what they do at Oddfellows, but apparently there's a lot of activity here. One of the ladies that was remodeling this said she had a bucket of water and stopped while she was mopping. She goes, you know what, I'm gonna go to Subway. Well, by the time she got back from Subway, the place was mopped. How that happened, I don't know, but nobody else was here, okay? And she's not somebody who would make a story up or embellish or anything like that, so I thought it was pretty trustworthy. One of our readers lives here, and he was upstairs one night, and he said there was a little girl standing at the end of his bed. And then there's been other people up in here. So that's what this is. We do our readings in our little reading rooms. So there's a little privacy. We also have space that we have other readers come in, or we have a nurse practitioner that comes about every 6 weeks. And so it's kind of a catch-all. We have group readings up here. If we do a psychic fair, we'll have people up in here. So that's that. So this is Oracle and Sage.
Now you say you're a medium, and I mean, besides this place, what are some experiences that you've had other than being here? Do you have anything that?
We get lots of them here. You know, for mediumship, for me, my belief is I don't force anybody to come in and say hi. So I start off with just a reading, or I'm doing an aura photo, and I feel dead people first. So I get a real extreme heat that comes over me, and then I start feeling how maybe they died or some things like that. And so I go, oh, somebody's here, right? And if they want to talk, we'll sit down and have a chitty chat. Some really strange things that you can't make this crap up, right? So there's some stories there that have been very healing. There was a mom whose son was shot point blank in the head, and I didn't know any of this, of course. And I said, hey, I got a young guy here, and it seems like I'm having a lot of pain here. Was he by chance shot? Yes, you know. And so we had a chat with him. Some things came up. Long story short, I kept saying, like, I said, you're a healer. You guys have been healers throughout these lives. He's telling you've got to not forgive, but you've got to help heal this person, and you got to stop. You've got to stop. And her eyes were real big, and some other things we said. She came back about 3 weeks later and said, Lisa, I didn't want to say anything then, but my son's been dead for 5 years, and I've gone to everything you can imagine to try to heal me. Nothing but this has helped. She says, he was there, you knew it. And she said, because I'm a doctor and I had a hit out on the guy that killed my son. Somebody had put her up to it. She goes, I don't know what I was thinking. And she goes, thank God that thank God that he came in. So that's some of the miracle things that happen, that it's just everything and more. Ghosty stories, I can't go on a ghost hunt without them attaching to me. I have so many photos, like I go up to the Crescent, or I lived in Kansas City and in Eureka Springs, Missouri, which is very active. I was the spa director at the Elms, and I'd have things moving and things like that. Or I've had those little devices where they say, no, don't go, Lisa. Okay, can't get more direct than that. Right. You know, while everybody else is going in the room, they don't want me to go. They're very protective. So, and I've only had one bad experience, and that was up at the Crescent, and I'm a little leery of that, the 3rd floor. I just don't want anything to do with it. I've got pictures of them. I felt them. And when I say I felt dead people, I felt something and I felt really sick. And I've since talked to a lot of other people who've gotten sick on that area. And I kept seeing things move around me. And normally I see things in my third eye, but this I saw little shadows. And my little monitor's going off because they put me in there. You know, who's sensitive here? My sister's like, she is. So here I am. And I go, hey guys, there's some stuff going on here. And they're all down the hall, right? And I'm snapping pictures. Sure enough, they were all around me. And it was this Chewbacca looking thing. And then this ogre looking nasty thing over me. And so I don't go in that area, but everywhere else there I feel pretty safe with. The morgue, I've got a full-on cowboy standing there like this, you know, I can see his tie. My sister swears there's pennies in his eyes. Wow. I don't know what that is back in the day. And I think Dr. Floyd, I've got a little child reaching up to touch me. Just some fun stuff.
That is really cool.
Yeah. Cool. Every house I've had in Eureka Springs has been haunted. Every one of them. And I've had a house with Carolyn. I was bringing a bunch of boxes of wine from Costco down from Kansas City to my house down here, and the doors was slamming and stuff, and the drawer was opening. I go, hey, we're gonna have an arrangement. This is my house now. And I drink a little. And I could just see this tiny lady. And I was like, oh wait, she's sitting on the front porch drinking. Well, then I told my realtor and he goes, stop it right now. That's Carolyn. And I went, who's Carolyn? He goes, she used to live here and every afternoon she'd sit on her front porch and have a sip. Right? So I'm like, oh, hi Carolyn. So we know her by Carolyn and her kitty that would rub past you. We have a house on House Street down here. Oh my God, so active. I can't with it. I don't even spend the night there anymore. It's just too much. And I like to tell the ghosties, don't bother me while I'm sleeping. Mm-hmm. They have no filters there, no boundaries. My sister was staying there and because she used to do readings here. And we call him Peter. And the reason we call him Peter is because when my granddaughter was 2, my son's putting her little coat on her, you know, his back is turned down to the hall and she goes, hi, Peter. Like, okay. Well, Peter would wake my sister up at night when she was staying there. One time it even shook her awake, started playing Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. And I heard the words last night and they say something about just don't discard me just because you think I mean you harm. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's why he picked that song. Right?
Oh, wow.
I think he had a crush on her. There's a lady in her red dress. She used to live there. We could smell her perfume and just all sorts of different things that happen. There's silverware being moved from place to place and glasses, things like, why would I move the silverware drawer to the middle of the other room and sit it on the floor, right?
Hey. I was going to say, actually, one of the funny things that I just want to bring up, the fact that you said that the lady left to go to Subway and the floor was mopped.
Yeah.
That just seems like that was a very helpful spirit just helping out around here.
My intuition, what I'm picking up from those spirits is there's for sure 2 of them that are always here, and it's a male and a female, and I think they were a couple, and they were the caretakers for the space.
Okay.
So I think that's who cleaned the floors, was her, and he probably did maintenance or things like that.
Sure.
They seem simple to me, and just regular people, you know. Wouldn't say super kind or anything, but not mean or anything. Nothing to be scared of.
Do you think that it's the building or do you think it's the land? Because we know that Eureka Springs
is so energy charged, because if you imagine it, there's limestone and then under that is a spring, right? And so you've got all of this energy and then all the limestone buildings, and it's just all playing off each other. It's just so amplified. I've heard people talk about seeing images crossing the street and they're in Victorian wear. Mm-hmm. And I'm a huge skeptic, huge. And so I gotta prove it first. I'm from Missouri. Show me. But the people I hear these things from are very reputable people. So I don't know, but I do think and they talk about grid lines and being in vortexes, and you'll talk to people from out of the area that know Eureka Springs and they're experts in that field, and say, yeah, absolutely, it's a supercharged area. And of course, a lot of Native American lands and stuff, and I think like Blue Spring is one of my favorite places, and I'm out there and I find out that they still have big ceremonies out there because of the energy that's there. A lot of other really wonderful stores out there that are a little more witchy. We're not that. And there's other ones that are like, and we're not that. We're just for the normal person like me, vanilla people who just want to know more, and we need it to resonate in a way that we can digest it.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, Lisa. Thank you so much for doing this with us.